It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are at New Era Field in upstate New York. A few moments ago, to the delight of this Buffalo crowd, it was the Bills racing out of the tunnel as they get set to match up with the Miami Dolphins. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and off we go from New Era Field. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go. Green, 39. Green.
Now the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Allen looks to throw on second down. He'll set up the screen to McCoy. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very solid gain of 27. And another example right there, Charles. McCoy is good getting the ball handed to him. He's also dangerous in the passing game.
You put him in space, and you've got trouble as a defense. And they organize that one very well because, you know, he turned into a heck of a play.
They'll try and run it with McCoy. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Here we go.
On second down, here's Allen. This will be caught at about the 5. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It's a loss of 2, now third down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Here we go now.
Allen going to go on 4th down. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. From the end zone, Tannehill. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone. So a little more space to operate now. 1st and 10 from right around the 12. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. He makes a wonderful play there off the corner.
You could only do one thing. You had to be a complete guy, and you had to be able to tackle.
Now, I know I've said this before, but you know I wasn't alive when the steel curtain was put. I know them, but I just want to let you know I wasn't alive.
I'm going to keep peppering that in there, and one of these days you're going to think that you were.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo Bills come back out here on offense, and this is a team that last year they got the playoff monkey off their backs. We remember the scene the final weekend in the Bills locker room.
How great was that?
How special that was, but look, no such joy in 2018. Remember the quarterback confusion early on. Was it going to be A.J. McCarron, Nathan Peterman? Was Josh Allen ready? And it's going to turn into a sub-500 season, Charles.
Yeah, notably, they did have a couple of big wins. One of them being the Minnesota game back in Week 3, won 27-6, a game no one saw coming. Josh Allen actually had some big moments, mainly with his legs instead of his arm running the football. They do have some. The biggest thing, though, beef up that offensive line. He took way too many hits, too much pressure in the pocket for him to produce like they would expect.
To throw, it's Allen, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think it...
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. You know, CD, the Miami Dolphins, if there was an award for the most difficult team to figure out this year, it might have to go to Miami. Now, look, you go into Week 16 and 17, it's still an outside shot to make the playoffs. And the Miami miracle they had, but that was followed by the dismantling in Minnesota. It has been a tough team to figure out, has it not?
It certainly has, and they had their opportunities. Remember early in the season when they went to New England to play, they were undefeated at that point, got jumped on, and it led to a 2-6 stretch in the middle of the season that likely will be their downfall, and that's what they'll look at if they don't make the playoffs.
And they've been Jekyll and Hyde. At home, they've been really good, and on the road, they've been really bad. First foray into the red zone for Miami. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. Now Tannehill. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Micah Hyde able to get a hand in and knock that one away.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Line of scrimmage. Again, the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. If you're going to throw it, something quick.
And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Kalen Ballage taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Dolphins are in for 6. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah. They were already waiting. Will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. Oh, spinning away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And here come the Bills. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30.
Gun!
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Going to drop this off to McCoy. Complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Green, 39.
On 1st down, Allen. A huge loss there. Young quarterback, got to learn. Need to get rid of the football.
Or start to take off and go.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he fires one. They continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Allen to throw it. That's Foster hauling it in over the middle. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Robert Foster, 74 yards. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And this is incomplete. And that is one, no doubt, that may come back to haunt them because the PAT tied it. They didn't need to go for 2.
I keep searching for an explanation. I know it's quick right here. I think I can search for the next year and not come up with anything that absolutely works. Kick the point, man. Kick the point. I don't get it.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll start with a give here to Balaj. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Buffalo after this. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. Flush to his right. Going deep here for Stills. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Tannehill. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. He was looking that time for Stills.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Buying time is left. Throw left side complete to Foster. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Now Allen being chased out left. And he'll get it down here to the 43. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. Now the Bills will hustle to the line.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. He finds McCoy. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Detroit! Detroit!
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have the center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
And it's a Bills touchdown.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They loved it. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he rifles one incomplete.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead, and oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. You see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play there just before halftime. 55 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Balaj. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy.
Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick, and he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. And on that one, with 6 defensive backs, did he need to be more careful throwing the football? I mean, I guess obviously hindsight he did, but...
Yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you got 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And out come the Dolphins now. Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll start the drive with Drake. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Tannehill going deep here for Stills. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Pulled in at the 24. Look at this spin.
Balance.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Gone. Now let's go.
Allen now on 1st down. It's complete to his tight end, Charles Clay. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Detroit. Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
Here's Allen. Dancing to his left. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. They'll try to run with Ivory. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after him. Put the pressure on him.
He'll get it up the middle. A great move, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well.
And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. Josh Allen taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Bills will extend their lead. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And that'll be incomplete.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the post. Come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on. Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs?
Yeah, preserve that for it. That's an ancient relic, faking it. I couldn't understand. You want to rub it in a little. You fake it when you snapped it from the 3. But from the 15, mothball that bad boy, just like my grandmother had.
Yeah,
in her attic, the stuff she used to preserve.
Did the same. It smelled terrible. They'll start on the ground with Balaj. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker, was the one disrupting there defensively.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
On second down, it's Drake. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. Flushed out right. On the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Back now in Buffalo. Flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And the gamble fails. It's incomplete. They try the fake field goal. It doesn't work out. Well, Charles, in our time together, we've already been able to witness some interesting things, but lining up for a field goal on your own side of the field and then faking it, that might be a new one.
As soon as the ball was snapped, the whole stadium, the popcorn, vendors were screaming out, fake, fake, because what else would you do in that situation?
And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Robert Foster, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. This will be caught at about the 5. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.
Partner, they're up big. They snap the ball from the 15 for a regular PAT, yet they fake it and get it. Is the kicker's leg tired? What's going on here?
I don't know, but defensively, now with this deficit, now you add 2 more onto that. They fake the PAT. That stings a little.
It definitely stings, and I know the guys that I played for, they wouldn't be as mad at the opposition as they would have been at us for allowing that to happen.
Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And a strange one here, a little befuddled. They're sending out the field goal unit. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. And it's incomplete. That's one of the strangest play calls you'll ever see. But they'll get it back at second down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Second and 10. Tannehill once more. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Micah Hyde. Now the ball comes loose. But I think a Dolphin was able to fall on it. Yes, they'll keep possession here. Trying to get it that time to Stills. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been in a lot of practices. It's not something that's practiced very often. In that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling. Maybe.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. In on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And fortunately, the Bills jump on it and get it back.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
He can run for it, and he will. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
Leopard! Leopard! All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
All right, here we go.
On second down, it's McCoy. And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
A give to McCoy. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 17 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Matt Darr now. On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Here's Matt Darr now. Always. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by T.J. McDonald. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. On first down, Drake, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now it's Tannehill. He's going to let it fly. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. On third down, Drake. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of 15 on the play. And that's going to make it fourth down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Hey, 20.
They'll run. It's Drake. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Lorenzo Alexander brings him down. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
No. Check. Patriot.
This give is to McCoy. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on second and 13.
Gone! Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
And Allen is actually going to throw it here. Jones has it. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, happy to be with you. And CD, as we get this thing going, give the folks at home something to keep their eye on.
The running game for both teams, because I think this is going to be an old-fashioned, old-school type of a game. Physical, front, who runs the ball the best and controls the clock, they will come out the victor.
Now the big leg of Matt Prater ready to get this one started. And off we go from uptown Charlotte. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
Come on now, Owen. Come on now. Let's go.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And incomplete to open things up.
The beauty of being able play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands. Guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 12 yards to pick up there, good for a Raven first.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Eluding the pressure right. Over the middle, Julian Edelman, it's complete. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 30 yards. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Every time I watch LT blow up plays just like that one, I think of one quote. You can run, but you can't hide.
He won a record 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards back in his day. He was also the league MVP in 1986.
One of 2 defensive players who won the MVP award in the NFL. The second one, Alan Page.
Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. Momentum with a score already on the board.
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them. They took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Let's go, Mexico. 12.
On 2nd and 10, Locke. That'll be caught over the middle by Moss. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. On 1st and 10, Locke. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Lawrence Taylor in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Here's Locke. And incomplete on the deep ball. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. 3rd down here.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. 3rd and long. It's Locke. He's going to go for a big play now, and that's caught inside the 35. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. A big 3rd down play there for the Panthers. And even 50 yards. From the red zone now, Locke. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Justin Houston coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Here's Luck now on 2nd down. He's to the 10, and this is caught. It's Edelman. And finally down at the 9-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. From the gun, here's Locke. And that is incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They snap it to Locke. The quick slant caught. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Golden Tate, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers have got it back to a 1-score game. Extra point good by Prater. And that'll make our score 14-7. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an off.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
All-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Trying to squeeze it into Edelman, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And